And a pleasant good evening to you and to yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Tonight, it is the Fhsaa 3A2 Region Quarterfinals live from the Merritt Island. Brought to you tonight by Chrissy Knows, and just absolutely love Chrissy, and greatest real estate agent there is out there. Of course, and the O'Dome, pride, tradition, family, all of it always on the line, but especially never more than November. These two teams, this series is a unique one. Over the last 20 matchups, 18 of them won by Merritt Island, but two of the last three, including in the regional quarterfinals last year, won by Titusville. Now, the Mustangs did get their revenge earlier this year, 31-28, back in Week 7. And in fact, when we talked to you during the pregame show, there we go. All right, now you'll probably be able to hear me a little bit better. We can't have that start off tonight. So, back during the pregame show, when we were talking about this earlier tonight, as Liam Miller gets set to kick off, Kamari Jackson back deep, along with, I'm not sure who that is back there, can't see the number, but we are underway in 3A Region 2. Titusville was the team that they allowed the least amount of rushing yards to this year, giving up 295 a game, and this is great run back, great stack, great tackle to start, and Titusville and William Billingsley will start 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Ball run out by Alex Christian, and here comes the quarterback for the Titusville Terriers, William Billingsley. He does not wear number 7. He wears number 6. 1,596 yards this year, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. But note those final 3 games, 44 of 59, 75%, averaged 187 yards passing, had 7 touchdowns, just one interception. And here we go to be Kamari Jackson, the lone back in the backfield, with Billingsley under center here. Different look, spread them out. Billingsley turns, gives to Jackson. Jackson gets outside. He'll pick up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. 5 times 2 is 10. As we come up on 2nd down here, and the gain is exactly 5. Also, back in that 31-28 setback, they did not have big Jeremy Priest, who anchors this line. Priest second and 5. Billingsley again under center. Again, this time cuts back left, gets outside, and Jackson down the sideline. He's at the 40, and Ruff pushed out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. A gain of 23 yards, and in the Merritt Island territory. And this is the issue when it comes to this Merritt Island defense. 295 yards a game they give up. They gave up 400 3 times or more, and including over 400 against Carrollwood Day and O'Galley in their final 2 games of the season. They do have the leading tackler in the county in the middle linebacker spot in Jarvis Howe. He's got 129 of them. And again, this time Billingsley from an RPO set with Jackson to his right. It's been the drive of Kamari Jackson. Billingsley wants it, gives it, and puts it in the hands. And that's a great backside tackle that time. That ball come out? Nope, just a 1-yard carry, but that's a great backside pursuit by Miami Coughlin. I thought it looked like number 90 or number 60. Check that. Yeah, it was Miami Coughlin over there on the stop. So a gain of 2 they give him. 2nd and 8 now for, yeah, I know the clock. I'm going to turn the clock off. Don't you worry about that. There will be no clock. 10:30. I'm your clock. 10:30 to go. 2nd and 8. This time, again under center, and again it's Jackson straight up the gut. And Jackson picks up 5, and it'll be 3rd down coming up. 3rd down and about 2 now for the Terriers. So 3rd and 2 now. It's 4-down territory, though. 3rd and 2, and this is Tank Harvey. Harvey kicks outside. That's all on Tank Harvey right there. Don't get me wrong, that's a terrific play in there by William Boulette. But Tank Harvey has got to hit that hole. Not sure why you'd go away from Kamari Jackson in that critical 3rd down there, but or at least put Tank in and put him in space. I wouldn't turn around and hand it off to Tank Harvey there. Tank just turned around and leaned into the defensive line. You cannot do that. 4th down. 4th down for the Mustangs. This would be a huge stop. Harvey going to follow blockers. Gets outside, cuts in. He will not have it. Tank Harvey does not pick up the 1st down. And that's a turnover on downs. And the Mustang defense bends, but it does not break. Ethan Holt with the big stop, the 2nd leading tackler on the team. And that'll bring out Kevin Verpale and the Mustangs. First and 10, and we got a whistle. Timeout. See, Tyler Murray did this in the last game, and I'm sure this is a problem with an alignment. There's no question about that he had to take that timeout, no doubt, because he is furious. But the Mustangs ran out of these in the last game. You can't do it on your first offensive play. But let's tell you about Kevin Verpale. Verpale, the county's leading passer this year, 2,293 yards. He's got 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's all. 317 on the ground with 3 more. He's got a core of wide receivers. You can go Robinson, Sarver, and Thomas. 1478, 16 touchdowns. And Thomas, keep your eye on him in the red zone. 6 rushing touchdowns this year. 1st and 10. Play action across the middle. Perfect strike from Verpale to Terriers Robinson Jr. Robinson Jr. didn't factor at all in the district championship game. I suspect they'll go a lot more to him tonight. 8:51 to go in the opening quarter. Mustangs first possession of the night. The defense, that's a cramp. I got them too. I got cramps myself sitting here. So if you hear the headset suddenly drop and hear a scream, it's me laying on the press box floor at Merritt Island. 8:51, cramp timeout. You can tell a cramp from a non-cramp. We were talking about those wide receivers in Terriers Robinson, Drew Sharver, Deshaun Thomas, Femi Howard as well. Another one, 400 yards for him. Listen, he has got a plethora of talent he can go to. Sarver for sure at the sticks. Sarver will move those sticks. A guy that you are comfortable with underneath in big play moments. That is for sure. You're watching the 3A2 regional quarterfinals here on Brevard Sports Network. Great to be with you here for another season of high school playoff football. This place just drips with history. We're telling you about it in the pregame. Let's show it to you now. Last 3 years of program, 19-13. The Mustangs are 50-38 all time in the playoffs. 3 state championships, 2 state runners-up. So they know a thing or two about playing this time of the year. The Terriers are in the playoffs for the 4th straight season, and that's the first time they've done that since 1980 through 1984 when they went 5 straight times and won a couple of state championships. And back on the field as Terriers Robinson comes off following the first down catch, and Verpale leads him out in the backfield. is going to be Alex Hernandez. Alex played well against O'Galley. Picked up yards. Verpale got a man in motion. Turns. Give is to Howard. Howard gets outside, and he'll be stopped for a gain of 1. Titusville in white with the blue helmets tonight. Well, actually, they say he went out of bounds for a gain of about 1 here. Keep your eye on Jamarian Bookhart, Bill Jefferson, those guys. Throws, caught, and that's a first down for the Mustangs. That's Deshaun Thomas. That's what he can bring you. Deshaun Thomas is one of those hybrid tight end H-back type players with outstanding hands. 1st and 10, and here come the Mustangs. Alon Adams in the backfield, and it is Alon with it, and Titusville has none of it. As in there on the stop that time was Gio Parton. They say 28. My apologies. That would be Lorenzo McCullough. McCullough, one of the leading tacklers on this team. Keep your eye on him. Loves to come off the edge. 2nd and 14 following the loss. Joey Sonnenberg, the left tackle, anchoring the line. Looking, fires, throws, caught underneath. You cannot leave him that wide open. That'll bring up 3rd down and short as Keith Hamilton hauls it in. Hamilton now. That'll bring up 3rd down for the Merritt Island Mustangs. Third and 1. Not far to go here. This is certainly 4-down territory. You are not thinking about a field goal, a punt, or anything else if you don't pick this up, unless something drastic happens. Pretty clean game so far. No penalties. Motion. And, Verpale with a great pull and a first down. Great RPO by Kevin Verpale. First down, Mustangs. Well, we got an official's timeout on the field with 6:21 to play. We'll step aside and be right back here on Brevard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Company, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar.
Thanks to Christy Lindback. We'll show you the rest of that eventually. And her information at the top of the screen and the scoreboard. She is the only sponsor tonight, and I can't thank Chrissy enough for stepping up. Thomas, H-back slot, Verpale turns. No, he doesn't. He pulls, throws, wide open, caught. And if he can get there, he will score. Touchdown, Merritt Island Mustangs, 6-0. A beautiful strike from Verpale to Terriers Robertson Jr. And just like that, the Mustangs take the lead, 6-0. What a throw, what a catch, and he just outran the secondary. And good to see Terriers back in the fold. Didn't catch a lot of balls, didn't have a lot of targets. Again, here comes Mr. Automatic, 37 for 37 this year. The snap, the hold, the kick, make it 38 for 38 as the Mustangs and Liam Miller make it 7-0.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Company, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows and let's get started.
All right, thank you, Chrissy, as we are set for the ensuing kickoff following the beautiful pitch and catch touchdown. And this ball is angled beautifully into the corner and will be brought out by Alex Christian. What a pop! The Mustangs are fired up tonight. Jonas Walters with a great special teams play. Final home game of the year for the Mustangs, unless O'Galley would lose tonight to Tavares. And Titusville has no chance to host as a 6 seed. Well, that's not true. Let's say Tavares beats O'Galley and Titusville beats Merritt Island. Titusville would host that. Now, one of them goes to Bishop Moore. I'll have to look. False start over here, not called. Oh, no. Timing pattern all messed up over there as Deion Bland was either wrong on the route or Billingsley was. And that'll bring up second down and 10. 7-0 Merritt Island on a beautiful pitch and catch from Kevin Verpale to Terriers. Robinson. What? Alex Christian. And Titusville. Third down and 10. And this is the Wildcat with Tank Harvey, and Harvey will be stopped short, and Titusville will be forced to punt. So Harvey. Number 48 on the punt. .47. Calvin Jorgensen, 40. Check that. Calvin Jorgensen on the punt. We got a timeout on the field with 4:50 to go. Fourth and 10. And right now, the Titusville offense, which came out looking phenomenal, great punt. And they get away. Wow, that these are the types of little things that you have to put a check mark in, because Merritt Island's going to take this ball over at the 40-yard line, and it could quite possibly be, in the blink of an eye here, a 14-0 game if the Terriers don't step up and make a play here on defense. And that is a situation that I don't think Titusville's built in terms of their offense to come from behind like that. This could get ugly fast if the Terriers don't make a stand here. Verpale, he's going to keep it, get outside, and there's a flag. It's going to be a hold as Diego Alford laid down on top of the player. That's going to come back 10 yards. That's the other issue. You shoot yourself in the foot as well. Yeah, that's a big one right there. He just laid on top of him. So, can't do that. And now it'll be 1st and 20 for Verpale and the Mustangs here. 4:35 to play in the opening quarter. Titusville 4 down. Verpale looking, gets outside. He's going to keep it. He's going to slither down the sidelines, and he'll pick up 6. It'll be 2nd down and about 14, maybe 15 to go here. Murray Glover on the stop. Second and 16 for Verpale. Ball at the Titusville 47. Verpale, straight look, throws. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Caught. 5. Touchdown, Merritt Island. And I told you, in the blink of an eye, it could be 14-0. And Kamar Fielder hauls in a beautiful pass from Verpale. And the Terriers are in trouble. Touchdown, Merritt Island. What a throw. What a throw. He had 2 steps on both Titusville defenders, and Liam, Mr. Automatic, is on, the left-footed kicker. Snap is good to hold the kick, and with 4:19 to go in the first quarter, the Mustangs in command, 14-0. All right, 4:19, 47-yard touchdown pass from Kevin Verpale to Kamar Fielder. Fielder's 2nd consecutive game with a touchdown, and he can't go any. The Mustangs are playing great special teams tonight. That's twice that they have prevented him from getting to the outside, and this is the do-or-die drive. I know that there's 4:12 to go in the first quarter, but if this Terrier offense doesn't at least show some life here or put some points on the board, oh my goodness. First and 10. And effectively what Merritt Island's doing is taking their weakness right out of the game, which is stopping the run. Billingsley. Actually, that's Tank. Tank going to be. That's actually not Tank Harvey. That's number 6. That's Billingsley that kept the ball. Looked like 0 coming out of there. Both me and Lauren McClanahan, who's on the PA, were fooled by that. We both thought that was a 0 on his jersey. It was a 6. And Billingsley picked up 5. Merritt Titusville can still stay in their game plan to run the ball if that's what it was. Well, there he goes. Back to the other side. Merritt Island is a different-looking defense tonight. Kamari Jackson in there. Jarvis Howe on the stop. And I believe that's the center. That's either 55 or 56 down. That could be Waylon May or Elliot Talia down. Talia is the center. May is the guard. Coach Diesel walks back. Regardless, he has to come out for a play, and it looks like as he's down. That's Elliot Talia, and Elliot is limping off the field there. Talia, and who just popped in the booth here? My man, Mark Moses. Mark, what's up, buddy?
Alan, how you doing, buddy? This is a big night for Brevard County.
Listen, let me ask you this. Were you shocked to walk in here and see it 14-0?
It is shocking, especially 31-28 regular season overtime win? Yeah. You're absolutely right.
No doubt. Billingsley from the RPO set. Jackson with him. Whistles and a timeout. Who's taking the timeout? 3:05 to go. Mark, I can't ever remember a time when there were 5, at least since I've been covering Brevard County high school football, where 5 of the 9 teams were home tonight.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's interesting. We were talking about Space Coasts in South Florida this evening, and they couldn't find referees because there's so many playoff games going around the state of Florida.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, 3 minutes to go, first quarter. In a first quarter that has been all Mustangs. Turns, gives, cuts inside. That was a penalty on, pushes him back. That's Kamari Jackson with a gain of maybe 4. We'll get scores updated here from around the county. Try to anyway. I mean, all you got to do is go on Brevard Sports Network YouTube. They're all there. The Vieira game starts at 7:30 tonight. They're hosting number 5, Riverview. 2nd and 5. 2nd and 6 now. 2:17 to go here in the first quarter. Billingsley from the RPO. Turns. He's going to put that in the belly of Jackson. He's going to lean forward. That'll bring up 3rd down. Like my new little yard markers I put up there. Jarvis Howe on the stop. This is, I'll be honest with you, if they get the 4th and short or they don't pick this up, I think it's decision time here. Because right now, Verpale's throwing the ball all over the field. See if Italia has come back in the game yet. First down and more. Up the middle. Jackson cuts back. That's what you want to see. Great run by Kamari Jackson. 16 yards and a Terrier first down. 86 seconds to play in the first quarter. Kamari Jackson carries the ball down to the Mustang 44. Again, an RPO set. Jackson sidecar left. 3 wide receivers near side. And whistles. We're going to get a false start here. They're pointing fingers. Tank Harvey says they jumped. It could be. They'll all converge And the call is false start. When an offensive guy points that much, it's generally a false start. So, Mark, I see you got the Bears thing on tonight, buddy. The Bears are playing well, huh?
We're good for the first time in about 10 years, so I got to represent.
1st and 15 now for Titusville. Outstanding job thus far by this Mustang defense. Again, motion, and that's pursuit. Great job. See, that's the thing the Mustangs weren't doing. That's the thing they were not doing. They would get that initial hit, and I saw this time and time and time again against O'Galley. They'd get that initial hit, but then nobody would be there to clean up. They would literally put hands on backs in the backfield. There, what you saw was the initial hit and everybody coming in to clean up. 2nd and 15 now for Titusville, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back here on Brevard Sports Network.
Holy Trinity Cheerleaders love Brevard Sports Network!
All right, second quarter. Teams flip sides. Billingsley with a man in motion. Want to thank the Holy Trinity Cheerleaders for their video. Dead ball, false start. 2 pre-snap penalties on the same drive.
The offensive line, Titusville Terriers, 5-yard penalty. Going to push it back to second.
It's kinds of things that just shoot you in the foot, and now you're 2nd and 20 instead of 2nd and 15. You might say, well, what's the difference when the offense is not moving the ball? A lot. An absolute lot. Billingsley all alone, 5 wide receivers set. No, I'm sorry, there is a man. I didn't see him. Billingsley throws. Nobody there. Titusville's offense is completely and utterly out of sync. That is the second pass thrown in this half where the wide receiver either stopped and there was just nobody within 20 yards of the football. 3rd down and 20. I think where this offense went a little out of sync was when Tank Harvey came in on 3rd down on that opening drive. Now, Tank's a great player, but you just gave him the ball on a straight handoff. 3rd and 20. Billingsley looks, fires, and that. Oh, what a catch. Did he catch that? What a catch on the far side. Who was that? Number 21. What a catch by Alex Christian. Billingsley with a beautiful ball, a dangerous ball, nonetheless, because there were 2 or 3 Mustangs standing there. But Billingsley throws a beautiful ball. At least this gives them an opportunity here at 4th and manageable, and Coach Diesel wants to talk about it, and I don't blame him. This And you're going to say, well, Allen, you're nuts. There's 11:34 to play in the second quarter. This could be the biggest play of the game right here. This could be it. Because if they don't pick this up and Merritt Island gets the ball back and Verpale makes it 21-0, it's lights out in my book. I know it's early. I mean, I get it. I mean, but I don't see the ability to throw for 300 yards on the other side of the field, which is, I think, what it's going to take to be able to do that. Not that Billingsley can't do it, because he's had a heck of a run over the final 3 games. 187, average, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, 75% completion percentage. But you go down 21-0, and it's a different ball game. 4th and 5. Big play here. Billingsley under center. Kamari Jackson in the backfield. Billingsley turns, read it like a Dr. Seuss book. Caught, though. What a play. Does he get enough for the first down? He does. Unbelievable play by Billingsley. Jarvis Howell was in his face, and Billingsley throws the ball. It's hauled in by Brian Billingsley, his brother. Billingsley somehow catches it, turns, and picks up the first down. Remember that play. Remember that play. First down for the Terriers. Turns. Oh, no, he keeps. He's got to give that off. Billingsley has got to give that ball off. That was Dwight Jenkins back there. You got to turn and give that to him. 2nd down and 8 for Titusville. 10:40 to play in the opening half. Thus far, it's been all Merritt Island. Billingsley this time gives up the gut. Still on his feet. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling for a gain of 11 and a first down. Dwight Jenkins on the carry. That is what the Titusville Terriers need to do. And it's good to see them not getting away from that, despite the fact they're down 2 scores. Or a lot of coaches would panic. They just would. Diesel not doing that. Kudos to Coach Diesel. He's also got a legend on the roof talking into his headset, and Dan Diesel as well. 1st and 10, 22. They give it to Jenkins again, and this time they swallow him whole inside, and I mean whole. Jarvis Howell, tackle 133 on the year. Jarvis Howell in there. Defensive coordinator Robert Purvin, Bobby Purvin, right now wants to bring that pressure. 2nd, and they don't have a lot of sacks this year, just 5. Billingsley gets outside, looks, fires, throws. That could be, there's 2 ways to look at that call. That's a back shoulder fade, and the defender didn't give the receiver an opportunity to get back to the football. That's if you believe it was a back shoulder fade. But it is pass interference. It's 15 yards, and the Terriers are inside the Chrissy Lindbeck red zone now, and it should be right there, about the 12, 11-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 11. They can get a first down. It's not 1st and goal, as the Terriers are 11 yards away from making this a 1-score game again. And This is what happened last year in this game. Merritt Island jumped out huge in this game last year. Billingsley, little out to Harvey, Kamari Jackson. Touchdown, Kamari Jackson. And with 9:03 to play, little swing pass gets the Terriers on the board. It's 14-6. What the play of the drive was the 4th and 5. The Billingsley play that gave them the opportunity to be able to get down there. Great job by the Terriers not to panic and to get on the board here. Now, they have a different kicker than they do a punter. Their kicker is Eli Russell. Not a bad year. Not a Liam Miller year, but not a bad year. The snap, the hold, the kick, and it is good. And with 9:03 to play in the first half, the Terriers have closed the gap to within a score.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Compass, your East Coast real estate expert.
Mark reminding me I picked Titusville to win this football game. I said, yeah, I know. I've been reminded like 10 times since I've been here. Great answer drive by the Terriers. And listen, they have not stopped Kevin Verpail yet. In my opinion, the best quarterback in the county playing for sure right now. We lost some great quarterbacks this year. Joseph Allen, Brogan McNabb, just to name a couple. But Kevin Verpail has carved his way as the best quarterback in this county this year. Yeah. And there's a flag, and we'll see. That's going to be 15 yards. That's a personal foul. So they'll go back 15 yards. Yep. He calls a helmet to helmet on that. 8:57 to go in the first half. Yep, so now Verpail with 8:57 to go. Kevin Verpail, I got on him a little bit the last game, and I kind of felt bad about it when I went back and watched the game. And, you know, fired up nature. He tends to really get fired up, and I felt kind of bad about it. But, listen, high school quarterbacks, it's a maturity process, and Kevin has done a lot of maturing this year, and he looks great out there tonight, poise-wise, and we'll see if that continues. The only matchup of the 9 Brevard County teams against each other, and I hate when they do that. I hate it because we're going to lose the team. And they ain't playing clear to next Friday, that's for sure, right? Ain't that right, Cheryl? All right. So that's a penalty against the Terriers. That'll be up 1st and 5. I want to say hello to Chuck Michelle if he's watching tonight. And I don't know if his daughter Emma Michelle is watching tonight as well. But the Merritt Island Mustangs finished as state runners-up in volleyball last week. Verpail turns, gives, and gain of 2. 2nd down and 4. 8:44 to go. I love how they hide the signals down there. One of these days, high school is going to allow microphones in the helmet. It's coming, and that's a huge gain up the gut. Nice run there by Alon Adams, and that's a 1st and 10. And I don't know. I'd go into the hurry up here. I'd try to bleed this clock all the way down. Now, Merritt Island, oh, what a hit. Now, Merritt Island defers, so they'll get the ball to start the second half. So here we go with the no huddle. Tyler Murray and company want the no huddle, and that's going to cost them 5. Unless there's 12 men on the field for Titusville. Alex Schaefer, Joey Sonnenberg, Carmen Clements, Caden Chimoweski, your offensive lineman. Andrew Metcalf out with an injury tonight. Metcalf not on the offensive line, and that penalty was on Titusville. So that's that's 5 yards, and now it's 1st and 10 because that was enough for the first down. 7:42 to play. Verpale with a back to his sidecar right. Verpale play action. Throws, open again, caught, and brought down at the 25. Another picture-perfect Steve Reich to Kamar Fielder. And Kamar Fielder has had him a few games here. As Merritt Island going right back after it. What an answer and a response from Kevin Verpale. As we get a timeout on the field. It's an injury timeout. Now we'll step aside. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Compass, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online, and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows, and let's get started.
Kamar Fielder help from the field. Say that 10 times. And here's the give. Verpale, no, he doesn't. He keeps, he throws, and Verpale just throws it away. That was a busted play of sorts, if you will, and Verpale elects to just get rid of it. 14-7. Right now, where they are, ball at the 25, 35. This is for sure in Liam Miller territory. Miller, the best kicker in Brevard County this year. No doubt about it, hands down. I mean, we got some good kickers, but then there's Liam Miller. They may not need Liam Miller. Terriers. The ball's out. The ball's out. And Titusville has it. Robinson's going to argue he was down. The official says no. And that is a big play by the Titusville defense.
Pass was good enough for a first down. Looks like there was an offensive fumble.
And Robinson fumbled the ball. And Titusville recovers with 7:08 to go. And instead of that could be a 14-point fumble right there.
So the Terriers are going to take over. 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the Terriers' 13-yard line.
Looking at these poor fans. Yeah, I think so. Mark says take a shot. The poor emotional roller coaster that you endure this time of the year is tremendous. Billingsley, he's going to eventually give it to Jackson, who eventually scoots outside and picks up 6.
On the carry for the Terriers is number 1, Amari Jackson.
Merritt Island, kudos to the Mustangs. They have play clocks at both ends of the field. I can't tell you as a former quarterback, when you play and you don't have a play clock and you got to wait for the officials' hands to go up for the final 10 seconds, those things are a godsend to have. 2nd down and 4. Quite honestly, I'm surprised we don't see them at other high schools in the county. I know they're expensive. So that was a gain of 7, 2nd and 3 now for Titusville. Billingsley, Jackson again inside, 1st down, and Jackson out across the 25 to the 26, 6:15 to play. And the Titusville Terriers, all of a sudden, with the fumble recovery, breathing a sigh of relief. 6:16 to go here in the first half. Water break. Back in a second. All right, welcome back. All right, Mark, what's your thoughts of this thing, man? Before you got here, it looked like it was going to be a blowout. Now we got us a game.
Well, you said it, especially that timeout by Matt Diesel down 14, picking up the 3rd and then the 4th down, scoring the touchdown. Then on defense, finally getting a break. We got a ball game right now here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Mark Moses of the Mark Moses Show. Make sure you follow Mark on social media. And that just unable to do anything. I believe that's Dion Bland on the catch. Bland with a gain of about a half a yard. 2nd and 9, 5:45. And I'll tell you, the other reason that fumble recovery is so big is because Merritt Island, they go in and score there. It's 21-7, right? And then they get the ball to start the second half. So big play by Titusville. Billingsley, 2nd and 9. Billingsley slipped down. Slipped down. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. I just huddle up. I would huddle up here and take every last second of that play clock. He loses a yard, so it's 3rd and 10. Yeah, I get in a huddle, and I don't come out until there's 15 seconds to go. I line up, and then I snap the ball at 1. Third down and 10 now for Titusville. Billingsley. Yep, we're going to get a false start. No, too much time. Delay of game is what that's going to be. No, he's going to call a false start. Okay. That's got to take the time out there. You can't take that penalty. You've got to call a timeout. I thought it's a false start, so I guess you can't. I'm thinking it's a delay of game. Already 18 to go on the play clock, the game clock, 4:23. Under 10 now. Billingsley points. 3rd and 15. Needs a big one here. Billingsley looks, fires, wide open, and dropped by Tank Harvey. Tank absolutely dropped the football. Billingsley put it right on the money, and Tank Harvey just dropped it. And that'll bring up 4th and 15. Took his eyes off of it. That's the old adage there that you tried to run with the ball before he had it, and he didn't have it. Zephyr Hill 6-0 over Rockledge. Armwood 7-0 over Melbourne. Vieira 14-0 over Riverview. 4th. And a better punt than it was the last time as it takes You got to down that. And Verpale, clock not an issue. Field position certainly not an issue, as Verpale will take over 1st and 10 at the Titusville 45. And, Mark, you said something on the last drive down there, which I agree with. I thought they should have taken that shot on 1st down. But right here, right now, if you're Kevin Verpale and you are Tyler Murray and offensive coordinator Wilson Nix, take one to the end zone right here. I'd take a shot right here. Right here. I got Terriers Robinson one-on-one with Tank Harvey. Robinson all night long being beaten by these DBs. I'd take a shot here. And they go inside. Take that too.
Quick pass by number 17, Kevin Verpale, completed to number 3, Keith Hamilton.
Keith Hamilton with the catch. No huddle. Still second down and 1. 3:38 to go. Turns, gives, no play action, throws wide open, caught. What a beautiful pitch and catch. Touchdown, Merritt Island. Deshaun Thomas Verpale with his 3rd touchdown of the night. And it's 20-7 Merritt Island. What a beautiful play action that was. And there's the shot. Deshaun Thomas. Wasn't even close. Merritt Island DB wasn't even close. 3:30 to go. And the Mustangs scoring at will. And Liam Miller makes it 21-7. Back with the kickoff in a minute. All right, welcome back here. Merritt Island offense looking like the greatest show on turf tonight. It was the best offense in Brevard County this season, hands down. And tonight they are showing you why. 33 points a game this year they scored. Miller. And Miller will boot this out of the end zone with Merritt Island getting the football. Mark, with the Mustangs getting the football to start the second half, I got to think this is a must-score drive for Titusville.
Well, you thought it was last coming off the turnover, but they couldn't move the ball. They punted. It looked like it went 25 yards. Then 2-play drive by the Mustangs. They're up 2 scores. And look, this is a statement by Merritt Island. Coming off the loss against O'Galley to end the regular season, they're coming out saying, we're bringing our firepower tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're showing you they want the Commodores again, and they want them next week, and they want them in the second round. And right now, O'Galley is all over Tavares, 13-0. Score that disappoints me on that board is Merritt Island Christian is losing. And nothing there. Kamari Jackson. The big drop. That drop pass on 3rd down was huge. Huge. Caden Chmielewski in there on the stop. Merritt Island playing outstanding thus far in their front 7. That's a 5-yard gain, but look, they're bending. They're not breaking. Well, I'm jinxing them now, right? I've been told to stop. Nice run by Kamari. Want to thank the Florida High School Athletic Association for allowing us to broadcast tonight. The FHSAA has State Series competition coming up in December at Pitbull Stadium in Kia down into 305. Make sure to get your tickets today at gofan.com. And no, don't wait to see who's playing. Just go down and have a good time. It's a fun trip last year to go down and see Coco win a state championship. 20, Chmielewski in on the stop again, 2nd and 2. There's got to be a bigger sense of urgency here by Titusville with 1:47 to go. They got to get to the line quicker. Snap the ball quicker. Flea flicker. Throws. And incomplete. We saw that play work against Titusville way back in week 1 when Nathaniel Owens and Jordan Padala for Heritage pulled it off against them. I believe, no, John White was out hurt. The freshman running back took the pitch and turned around and handed it off and then pitched it back, and Owens was wide open. 3rd down and 3. Billingsley got room for the first down. He's going to get outside. He does. And 1st and 10 for Titusville. They got to hurry here. They got to hurry. Under 90 seconds to play. Coming up at halftime, absolutely nothing. We'll take a halftime break. So we get a timeout on the field. If you're going to take that, you got, as soon as you get up, take the timeout. You don't walk around for 15 seconds and then call it. So, Mark, I'm sure you're probably headed over. You said you were headed over to Coco at halftime. What do you think of this place? The O-Dome, they call this place.
This has been fantastic atmosphere tonight, and it's sad it's our only game where it's 2 Space Coast teams going against each other tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm extremely excited. I'm always excited to broadcast a game here at the O-Dome. Here we go. It is 1st and 10. 21-7 is our score. 13 seconds. Look, we got the college thing going on here. I don't know what this is. Timeout, Merritt Island. They didn't like the setup there, so it works. 21-7 is our score. Where's the student section at tonight?
Shear Wealth Management, Pinch of Hitting, Vegas Financial, Credit Union.
123. 1st and 10 for the Terriers. Watch this play. See if they do the same thing. What forced Merritt Island to take a timeout? No, they're going to line up regular. But Tank Harvey is going to be the Wildcat quarterback here. They'll line up regular. Harvey going to follow blockers outside. Nowhere. Nope, he does. Cuts back up inside. 1:15 to go. Harvey picks up 6. 2nd and 4.
Win on the tackle is going to be number 0 for the Mustangs.
Couple of big plays in this first half.
Ball's now in Mustang territory.
That first series, Titusville looked like they were going to score. Billingsley throws, flag caught, holding, coming back. That's going to be a hold on number 63 for Titusville. And that's Gage Gunter going to get caught, and that's going to back them up 10 yards. Gunter thought he had him a pancake, but it was a hold. Yep, that's the call. Good call. Well officiated football game here tonight. I can't say enough for the job the officials have done here tonight. So following the Gunter hold, it'll be 2nd down and 15. Under a minute to play, and again, no urgency from Titusville. Absolutely no urgency. Billingsley, the quarterback, looks back at the clock. 30 seconds to go in the half. Billingsley looking, throws, and that's, yeah, I think you got to throw that flag. I mean, it looked like incidental contact, but I don't think it's a bad flag. 21-7. And that's trying to plead his case, but is Devontae Peterson, but not going to work. 26 seconds, stops the clock, moves the ball up 15 yards. At least gives them here's where you may want to go for a 15-yard out and then take a shot at the end zone here. Field goal does you no good here. I don't know that they had the kicker with the foot for it. First, and they did last year. And Dean was our kicker of the year last year. Blitz. Throws. Intercepted right into the hands of the Mustangs. And down he goes. Well read. Alon Adams with the pick. And the Terriers, I think that was Alon. No, 28. 28. That was Roman Mingo. Roman Mingo with the pick. And that will end the Titusville drive and bring out Kevin Verpale for at least one snap here in the waning 15 seconds of the second quarter. Good to see you, Mark Moses.
Interception by number 28.
First and 10, but I don't expect to see. Well, who knows? Let me just shut up and we'll all watch it. Verpale just going to chuck one. Oh, my goodness gracious. He was open. He was open. Just missed him. Zach Olsen, the intended receiver. There hasn't been a play tonight where a Merritt Island receiver has not been open. There's a penalty flag now. Yeah, so Verpale does not have to come off the field because the personal foul is against him.
That's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Or no, it wasn't Verpale. It was Deshaun Thomas who had his helmet ripped off. So he will not have to come off. Verpale steps up, looking, throws, caught, out of bounds. 2 seconds. Take a shot here. Take a shot. Run him on. Run Liam Miller on here. 30, 40, 7-yarder. Why not? Oh, no. Run him on. The other thinking here is that, as I just said, there is Titusville, for some reason, takes a timeout to give the Mustangs a chance to think about this. Let's see what comes out of this timeout. And I think what Ty Montgomery's telling his defense, right now we can't cover the broadside of a barn. So we have got to make sure whatever we do on this play, if they throw this ball, knock it down. Just knock the thing down. And they'll figure the coverage thing out at halftime. If you're a Terrier fan, you at least hope so, right? But if you're Merritt Island here, I get taking a shot in the end zone here. I do. Why not? Again, they haven't covered anybody tonight.
Where we connect real-life stories to messages of scriptures. If you don't have a home church, make sure you stop by.
So 2 seconds to go here. And there's 5 more. And look, that may change their mind in terms of what they want to do now. Now, we know Liam Miller can make a 42-yarder because he did it against Ed White. Now you kick the field goal. I think now you definitely kick the field goal. We know Liam Miller can do it. Now he's going to, I think this is the wise decision here now. Now you've gone 5 yards in. Liam Miller has a 42-yarder already this season. You're getting the ball back. This could be potentially a 10-point play because Titusville has shown no signs of stopping Merritt Island's offense. So you get 3 here and then 7 after the kickoff. It's 31-7 before Titusville ever touches the football again. Zephyr Hills 14, Rockledge nothing. Armwood 14, Zephyr Hills 14, Rockledge nothing. Armwood 14, Melbourne nothing. MCC 7, OCP 2. Cocoa 14, Newberry 6. O'Galley 19, Tavares nothing. All right. And Liam Miller will come on. Miller 7-9 this year with a long of 42. This would match it. Miller, actually this would be his season long. The ball is spotted at the 45. This will be a 45-yarder. The kick is up. Miller's attempt is, that's Butte, Clark. Absolutely phenomenal. And it's 24-7 as Liam Miller kicks a 45-yard field goal to end the half. That would have been good from 50, I think. So that takes us to the half with the score. Titusville trails this one. Merritt Island up big. The Mustangs 24, Titusville 7. All right, welcome back. 24-7 here as halftime winds down. Final 20 seconds there on your screen on the bottom right there. Let's get the microphone muted off because, well, it's obviously not. And an interesting first half. A couple of things I want to talk about for this first half. First of all, Kevin Verpail throwing darts. Straight darts all night. The kid looks absolutely phenomenal tonight. His wide receivers are running terrific routes. I mean, they are running past, through, over, and around Titusville's defensive backs. And Titusville's got good DBs. Liam Miller, well, you saw it right before the half, right? The 45-yarder, a high for him this season. Miller now 8 out of 10 this year. So everything is clicking for Merritt Island, Tyler Murray, Bobby Pervin, Wilson Nix, the entire staff for Merritt Island. It had to be a terrific week of practice because they certainly are playing like that. I know it was a great week of practice, too, for Titusville. But there have been those plays that just stopped and turned this game around. And the first one, to me, occurred on the opening drive. Kamari Jackson and William Billingsley all the way down the field. They get to about 3rd and 5 at about the 27-yard line. And you turn around and you give the ball to Tank Harvey on a dive type of a play. And Tank's not a dive guy. He's a jet sweep, a motion type. And Tank just turned his body right into the defensive line, and it brought up 4th and 5. And that was it. Drive was over. And then, of course, you go and you look at the drop pass, unfortunately. And I'm not picking on Tank. You know, that Tank's deal is not to run in between tackles. That's not who he is. That's not his game. You had a couple of, pre-snap motion penalties that killed Titusville on the drive. And then on 3rd down and 15, the drop pass by Tank Harvey on an absolute dart from Billingsley. That's kind of been the way of the night. And Titusville's DBs right now just cannot cover the Merritt Island wide receivers. And what can you say about the play tonight of Terriers Robertson Jr., Keith Hamilton, Kamar Fielder? All of them tonight have been absolutely exceptional. And, and right now it's a 17-point halftime game, and the Mustangs are going to get the ball to start the second half. And if they score, it could be the proverbial nail in the coffin for Titusville because they haven't shown us anything yet that says they could come back from 24 points down. We felt like, we said in our predictions that we felt like if this game hit the 30 mark, Merritt Island won it, period, end of story. But we picked Titusville, and we did so because we believed that we believe the Terriers could run tonight, and they have. We probably got about 120 yards rushing in the first half, but the mistakes have cost them.
Your Merritt Island Mustangs defer to the second half, and now they'll be receiving the kickoff. Number 40, Calvin Jurgensen. Back for your Mustangs, number 9. Miles Monroe, number 3, Hamilton.
Sorry, I dropped my headache thing, and then when I went to suddenly jerk to get it, both my hamstrings popped. No. I went to bend down and pick up my Excedrin, and bam, my hamstring went. All right, kickoff. Still on his feet. So the Titusville needs either another turnover here, and they got that turnover back in the second quarter, but they couldn't do anything with it. Halftime scores: Zephyr Hills 14, Rockledge nothing, Armwood 14 nothing, MCC 7-2 over OCP, Cocoa 14-6 over Newberry, Real Life Christian 24-6 over Merritt Island Christian, O'Galley 19 nothing over Tavares. No score from Heritage and St. Thomas, or I don't have a score from Space Coast and American Heritage Delray Beach. First and 10 for Verpale and company. Verpale turns, gives, and gain of 3. You know, I saw at halftime Brian McCallum of the Florida Today. Brian had moved to Louisiana, transferred or moved to Louisiana, and I said, "Are you back?" And he said, "Yep." And so welcome home, Brian McCallum of the Florida Today. Good to see Brian. Brian, of course, Chastity Banks does as well. Provides outstanding sports coverage for prep sports here in Brevard County. Craig Bailey's down there on the sidelines, but just good to see Brian McCallum back. 24-7 our score here. Third down and short. Big third down here for Merritt Island. And, oh, wow, what a run. Nice run there by Alon Adams. And American Heritage is all over Space Coast, 31-12, as the Mustangs pick up a first down. And the Mustangs right now just content here. They may take a shot, I don't know. But that was all there. There's a little out. And down the sidelines. Right now the Mustangs just look quicker. Keith Hamilton on the little receiver bubble screen there, or whatever that was. Dwight Jenkins on the stop, and across the midfield stripe go the Mustangs. They have not been slowed tonight outside of the fumble. Verpale turns, gives again, this time still on his feet and running right past number 7 standing there. Bill Jefferson just watched him go by, and it is another first down for Merritt Island, and they are hurrying it up and running the ball and doing whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. Another great run and another first down. They're going to say his knee was down short. Alex Hernandez with a 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2, and right back to the line of scrimmage, and the Terriers lining up. Yeah, Verpale in trouble, gets outside, looks, he's got time. Now he's just going to keep it and run it himself, and down the sidelines. And Verpale all the way down inside the 5-yard line. And it's first and goal for the Mustangs, who just got here. I mean, like a hot knife through butter. First and goal from the 6. As this has taken no time, 9:47 on the clock. Most of this on the ground. Hernandez in the backfield. Jarvis Howell in as a blocker now. The give, and a good backside tackle that time by Zach Olson. Or I'm sorry, check that. Zamarius Brown, the wrong number 2. And that'll bring up 2nd and goal. I smell a bootleg here. A little fake to the right, Verpale to the left. Or Deshaun Thomas with his 7th rushing touchdown possibly. Alon Adams in the backfield as well. Turns, gives, it's Adams. Straight up the gut, untouched, into the end zone. Touchdown, Merritt Island Mustangs. And with 9:07 to play in the third, that could already be the proverbial nail, as it's 30-7. And there's a flag down. I don't know what that's about.
We do have a flag on the field.
Oh, it was on the play, so no touchdown. Touchdown is good. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike. Merritt Island, probably excessive celebration. 30-7, you take it. Liam Miller on for the extra point, and Miller 3 for 3 tonight, and 40 for 40 for the year. Came in at 37 for 37 on the year. With 6 points tonight, Miller with 64 points this season. That easily leads Brevard County kickers in points. Looking to stay perfect on the point after. Will he make it 41 for 41? The snap, the hold, the kick. No! Oh, man. That's my fault, Liam. That is my bad, dude. I can tell you right now, I feel terrible sitting here. All right, we'll be back. Oh, hold on, there's a penalty. This could be offsides. Personal foul, roughing the kicker. He's going to get a shot here. So Liam Miller's going to get another shot to keep it perfect. All right, we'll try this again. 40 for 40 on the line. Yeah, I know. I just said I wouldn't do it, but I did it. It's my job, right? 40 for 40. And this one, he gets through. And Miller stays perfect on the year. And we go to the break. Merritt Island up 31-7.
Hello, Space Coast. Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your support of BSN and allowing us to cover your student athletes and come into your home each and every night. Give us a follow on Facebook at Brevard Sports Network, and here's to many more years of top-notch sports coverage right here in Brevard County. Thanks again.
Buster Beal down there doing what Buster Beal does, and that's getting the crowd going. I want to thank Chrissy Lindback from Chrissy Knows, best real estate agent in Brevard County. Chrissy stepped up to pay for this game here tonight. I can tell you, it is not cheap to pay for these games at the FHSAA. We love them, but these games aren't cheap. Here's a run back here, and they've covered kicks all night, and they do it again there. He gets out to the 33, and here comes. Now, now if you're Merritt Island, this plays right into the hands of what you do best on defense, and that's cover. They've got their 14th interception of the season tonight already. They're even on turnovers tonight because they got an interception and lost a fumble. The Mustangs are plus 24 coming into this game. Or check it. Was it 24? I don't think it was 24. I'll have to look here. Let me look. Plus 13. So they're a plus 13 on turnover margin. And now Titusville's got to throw the football if they want any shot to win this game tonight. Remember, Titusville undefeated this year when they run the ball 25 or more times in a game. So I don't think they're going to get 25 carries in. They just simply don't have the time to run the ball. And there's 5 wide receivers out there. So Coach Diesel and company, they're cutting it loose. And that's underneath to Billingsley, his brother. Billingsley to Billingsley. Jarvis Howe going east and west to make the stop. 31-7 is our score. Howe with 129 tackles coming into this game tonight. That was 10 more than James Olson of Vieira. 1st and 10, ball dead on the midfield stripe. Showing blitz. They bring it across the middle, dropped. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Pass intended for and dropped by Deion Bland.
Pass ball's incomplete to Deion Bland.
The incomplete pass will stop the clock. They'll swing pass out to Kamari Jackson. Well done, young man. Ethan Holt with a great open field tackle.
Loss of 2 yards and a big tackle for loss by number 15.
I tell you what, Ethan Holt just showed you what a textbook open field tackle looks like. Pay attention, Miami Dolphins. I just said that because you were here. I just want to give you the business a little bit there. Yeah. Plenty of guys on my Baltimore Ravens that could pay attention too. I get it. 3rd down and 11 here following the stop by Holt on Jackson. Billingsley, he just throws this up. And that's 15 yards. How does he not throw that flag on that? He pulled him down by his jersey, but doesn't matter.
Pass was intended for number 3, Deion Bland.
Bland didn't complain. It looked like he grabbed his jersey there, but I guess he didn't.
And in coverage was number 1.
And they got to go for this. I mean, there's just no way around it. And I listen. I understand the frustration over there. He grabbed him by his jersey and pulled him down. I don't know why there's not a flag on the play. I guess he just didn't see it, but that's going to be 15 against Titusville, and now they're going to have to punt because you're not going to hand the football to Merritt Island on the 35-yard line. But that was definitely pass interference, completely and utterly missed. That's the only bad call of the night from this crew, or non-call of the night. So it's 4th down and a long way to go and a very short time to get there. Eastbound, and watch your Bandit run. 7:31 to play in the 3rd. That's a good movie. Smokey and the Bandit. It is a classic. Sally Field. Burt Reynolds. I can't remember the name of the trucker that was in the movie, though. I go through this every other week because I throw that line in there every once in a while. But I just can never remember the name of the trucker that was in the movie. Who played the trucker in Smokey and the Bandit? That's what I want to know. First person that answers the question correctly will be entered into. No, I'm just kidding. Best punt of the night for Titusville. And Tank Harvey will pick it up at the 30. So who is it? Bo Bandit Darville. That's not his name. Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed. Yep, Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed. So we get 7:23 to go in the 3rd. So let's take a look ahead at a potential 3rd matchup between Merritt Island, or 2nd matchup between Merritt Island and O'Galley, because it certainly looks like we're headed in that direction. And I don't mean any disrespect, but we got airtime to fill, right? I mean, so we'll talk. We'll take a look ahead to that here in a minute and tell you what cannot happen if the Mustangs are to gain revenge in that one next week. The game, by the way, you'll see right here on Brevard Sports Network. I think we're going to pull out the stops for that one. Verpale in trouble. Looking, Verpale just lets it go. Wide open, caught, and down the sidelines. Does he get in? No. I mean, Kevin Verpale just hit the X button on that. And what he found at the other end of that was number 3, Keith Hamilton, for a 58-yard gain. 58 yards on a floater. And that's how you know things. That's how you know things are going your way. I mean, Kevin Verpail has a textbook on the run throw. I'll be honest with you. There's not a lot of things Kevin Verpail hasn't done tonight that hasn't been textbook. He has had a heck of a night here tonight. His form looks good, composure, poise, all of it. He's got 3 touchdown passes tonight. The longest, a 47-yard strike. That the longest play of the night for the Mustangs, 57, 58 yards. $56. I'm nitpicking. 56.
Let's put our hands together.
So,
Number 0,
Tank Harvey will limp off, and he'll be right back. So, obviously, in the last game here for the district championship, 14-14 at the half, or almost at the half, 15 seconds to go, and Verpail just makes a bad decision and just throws, instead that's one you have to eat or throw into the ground, but elects and it throws off the hands of Gabe Player. Player runs it back 95 yards. The game flips right there. Nice bounce out, and Adams into the end zone, and touchdown, Merritt Island, and they are absolutely dominating here tonight. Alon Adams with a touchdown run, and with 6:53 to play in the third, it is 37-7, and turn out the lights. There's my dandy Don Meredith. The party's over. What's that? Yeah, I guess he did. I asked Craig Bailey who he thought would win tonight, and he told me Merritt Island, and big. My problem is I overanalyze everything. I'm an overwriter, overtalker. Look, you can't admit your own faults. Alon Adams with the touchdown. And I know Alon Adams' mom was up here earlier, and she was going to correct me on the pronunciation of the name, but I know how to pronounce his name. As the Mustangs just doing Mustang things out there with the football. But the one thing, Merritt Island, I mean, it's just going to come down to this next week. They just can't give up all them yards on the ground to a team that does nothing but run. I mean, they gave up 419 rushing yards to O'Galley in that district championship game. Anything remotely close like that happens, they're going to lose. So they got to figure out a way to stop the X Factors, Xavier Larice and Xavier Corbin. They do that. I don't know that there's any defense in this county that's going to stop the way Kevin Verpail is playing tonight. 6:53 here in the third. All, and I mean all, Merritt Island. 38-7. Look, looking at the Titusville season, I think Coach Diesel had a good. Listen, this was you kind of felt like for Coach Diesel as the season progressed this year, it was a learning on the job in terms of being a head coach. And remember, for the last 5 years, Coach Diesel he had been the defensive coordinator for the Cocoa Tigers, 3 state championships. And this is Kamari Jackson. See, that is exactly what Merritt Island cannot do against O'Galley next week. They cannot allow that. Kamari Jackson has had a great night, and, when he's touched the ball, he's got to be pushing 100 yards. He had 95 and 2 touchdowns the last time these two teams played. But for Coach Diesel, and then he comes to Titusville, and he takes over the offense, calling the offense, something he did at Space Coast, and it was learning on the job, training, experience to be a head coach again. And you could tell as the season progressed, the Terriers got better and better and better, and that one nearly picked off. Better and better and better. They adapted and adjusted their offense. In 4 of their 5 losses, they held a lead in the fourth quarter. In fact, they probably should have beat the Mustangs. They probably should have beat O'Galley. But they, it just those learning on the job decisions, not just from Coach Diesel, but they all learned together, kind of caught up with them at the end of those games. And once they put it all together, they went on a nice run. But tonight, it is the Mustangs who came in here with the adjustments prepared, and they have showed why really they have been one of the top 2-3 teams in this county all year long. 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. 14 points here for Merritt Island in this quarter. Nothing for the Terriers yet. Ball on the Merritt Island 49. 3rd down and 8 for Billingsley and company. And Billingsley overshoots his brother, Brian Billingsley. So Will Billingsley is going to be graduating. He's a senior. So they're going to need a quarterback next year. I don't think Coach Diesel is going to go with Tank Harvey, a quarterback. I think they like Tank in that in space. So it's 4th down and 8 here in an absolute have-to-go-for-it situation. And if Merritt Island scores one more time, we're in a running clock, which I don't think anybody expected. Billingsley in trouble on the blitz. He just dropped the football. And that's going to be a turnover on Dell. Well, he's going to call that incomplete, but that's gracious. And it'd be 1st down and 10 for Merritt Island. And one more time, if the Mustangs score, we're in a running clock. Water break, back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Compass, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online, and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows, and let's get started.
Why not take a shot here? They've come quite easily tonight to Verpale. He turns, gives off, straight up the gut, gain of 5. 5:28 to play in the third. And just talking to Cheryl about that O'Galley game again. And I said, they play like this next week. They got a chance to beat the Commodores. And her response, and a legitimate one at that, is, well, if they knew this going in last time, to stop Larice. You stop Larice, you can win. But I really think that play before the half in that game and the way it flipped that game with O'Galley getting the football after I just think it did something to that team because they were lock and step with the Commodores, and they were getting ready to take the lead before. I mean, they had the ball on the 5-yard line. That's a 95-yard touchdown by Gabe Player before the half. So that play right there, I think, really demoralized this team at the half, and they never recovered from that. So they go into that O'Galley game next week. I think you focus on shutting down Xavier Larice. Corbin, if he beats you, he beats you, right? But I think you got to shut one of those two guys down, and I think it needs to be Larice. Verpale gets outside. Verpale says pick up the block. He does, and that'll bring up 4th down. No, Verpale's going to have the 1st down.
Verdell with the quarterback scrimmage.
But I really think that's just how you have to go into this week. You just got to go into this thinking, we're not going to shut them both down. Nobody does. Nobody shuts both them guys down. So it's a pick your poison thing, right? You know it's going to take at least 30 points to win that game next week, 28 to 30 points. And I think that's how you have to approach it for Verpail. That's a nice RPO by Verpail. That's a nice pullback. That ball goes in the stomach or in the hands of Zach Olson, and that's a first down. Verpail saw that thing blossom late and pulled that ball back out and hit Olson. And for a touchdown here runs the clock. Give outside, inside. Hernandez with a nice run.
Strong run by number 22, Alex Hernandez.
And Hernandez picks up 7 yards, 2nd and 3. 3:49 to play. Here's some updates on scores. Zephyr Hills not terribly impressive against Rockledge at the moment. 14-0. The Raiders could score. There goes Verpail. He's going to slide. Nice job by him. Zephyr Hills 14, Rockledge nothing. Armwood 29-0 over Melbourne. MCC still 7-2 over OCP. Cocoa 21-6 over Newberry. St. Thomas running the clock against Heritage 42-7. Real Life 42. Merritt Island Christian 20. Congratulations to Matt Handwork. Another spectacular season for him. As Merritt Island Christian will end with just 2 losses. False start. And at the last check, American Heritage, Delray Beach was beaten up on Space Coast pretty good. That'll end the Vipers season. Verpail tucks it in. And a good run there. But run Dave from Monroe, I believe. Yeah, 45-16. 45-18, that's saying? 45-18. So, yeah, that's a turn out the lights, the party's over situation, too. 2:20 to go. 2nd and 11. Verpail again gives. Again, there's the hole. He just was an arm tackle away from hitting pay dirt. 2 minutes to go in the third. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Coming up tomorrow on Brevard Sports Network, all-day coverage from Palm Bay High School of the ACYAA Super Bowl. Merritt Island's 14U team will be playing in that one. Verpail underthrew that one. That's the only bad throw of the night by Kevin. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and Kevin and the offense, they'll send Liam Miller on. And we start at 9 o'clock tomorrow. And the final game tomorrow night is between Merritt Island's 14U team and Coco's 14U team. And that's going to feel like a state championship high school football game tomorrow night. That's going to be a lot of fun. Liam Miller, ball's at the 21, and that is a 31-yard attempt that splits the uprights. And with 1:31 to play in the third, it's 41-7 Merritt Island. There's a look at Liam Miller's stats coming into this one tonight. I was wrong. He was perfect on extra points. I guess my finger didn't hit the button. He was 36 for 36. Tonight he's 4 for 4 on that. 2 field goals. Young man is just incredible with the leg as this ball is kicked off, and I don't have the graphic off the screen. Up the middle it goes, and Titusville will come back on again for another possession here with 82 seconds to play in the third quarter. Merritt Island will travel. If O'Galley held off Tavares, and I'm fairly confident that they did or will travel down to Commodore Stadium next week to take on O'Galley in a rematch of the district championship game, as Merritt Island will look to end a 4-game losing streak in that one. 26-0 O'Galley right now over Tavares. So it'll be the Commodores and the Mustangs next week in the regional semifinals. The winner to advance to the regional finals, which, can you check on Bishop Moore for me? See what Bishop Moore is doing. And by the way, I'll be on the call for the NFHS network on that Bishop Moore regional final game, if it's at Bishop Moore. I know that probably thrills many of you. Bishop Moore, yeah, that's over. 52-6 over Hernando, so Bishop Moore advances to the regional semifinals as well. I'm not sure who they play next week. Blitz off the edge, Billingsley, little in route there, and it's a gain of 5. Titusville still fighting. No Matt Diesel team is ever going to quit. That is the final, should be the final play of the third quarter, as the Merritt Island Mustangs with 17 third quarter points, and they're going to try and run one more here, and I like it. Nope, they're going to take it to the fourth. 41-7 Mustangs all the way tonight. Welcome back to the fourth quarter, as the Mustangs are just 1 point away from running the clock against the Titusville Terriers. The Terriers will end their season at 5-6 tonight. 26-0 O'Galley. 26-0 O'Galley right now. Third down. Throws, caught, dropped. Tank White with his second drop on third down tonight. Or Tank Harvey, I'm sorry, Tank Harvey. I keep calling him Tank White. So Rockledge, Melbourne, Heritage will all, Mount Merritt Island Christian will all see their seasons come to an end tonight. This is fourth down right here, and blitz. Here comes Jarvis Howe. Billingsley gets outside, throws underneath. Good pitch and catch, first down. Nice play, nice throw. Jonas Wall, or check that. Alex Christian. Titusville Terriers pick up a first down. Good play. Howe came flying in off the right side. Billingsley rolled away from him and completed the pass to Alex Christian. 1st and 10 for the Terriers at their own 42. 11:28 to play in the game. This time he rolls the other way, throws, caught by his brother, and that's just walloped him. Brian Billingsley with the catch. Nice hit over there by Brandon Pouncey. With a last name like Pouncey, you should be hitting. 2nd and 4 now for Titusville. I want to thank the Florida High School Athletic Association and, of course, Chrissy Lindback. Chrissy tonight, the sponsor to step up and pay for this game tonight. This is not cheap. Throws, caught, and that's Kamari Jackson. And good for Kamari. Kamari says, you know what? We need yards. What's stepping out of bounds going to get me? He turns inside, picks up the 1st down. He's a ball player. What a season for Kamari Jackson. He'll likely finish over 1,000 yards rushing this season. And the heartbeat of this offense this year, that is for sure. First and 10 at the Merritt Island 47. Billingsley. A nice footwork, though. Billingsley trying. Oh, my goodness gracious. That's a legal hit. Jarvis Howe absolutely punished. Yeah, that's going to go 15 against Titusville. That was a clean hit. That penalty is going to be thrown against number 50, Lance Edens, the offensive lineman. He didn't like the way his quarterback was hit, but, you know, part of the game. Yeah, that's against Edens. That's 15 the other way. Yeah, I mean, look, it was Jarvis Howe. I mean, look, he laid the wood. I mean, there's no question he laid the wood, but it was legal wood. Perfect hit. I mean, you know, we talk about textbook. If you're going to hit a quarterback, that's how you do it. Now, I'm sure if it were Mahomes or somebody like that or Brady, there'd be a flag. We have to protect those guys, right? Like back in the day when Brady throws, intercept it, and that is certainly, and no, that's not a flag either. No, people want a flag. And what they don't understand, when people don't understand, this is going to get ugly here. Get them off. Nobody throws a punch. Merritt Island's playing for next week. Titusville is not. So Merritt Island has got to maintain discipline here. They nearly lost Sonnenberg as they start waving goodbye. And that's going to be an interception as Devontae Peterson hauls it in, his 6th of the year. Martell Stevens out there. I believe that's Martell. I think. But Ticeville's or Merritt Island's got to realize a punch, and you don't play against O'Galley. So they got to be disciplined here. Sonnenberg was thrown out of the O'Galley game, but he didn't throw the punch. So luckily for film, they got that overturned. And the officials did not throw a flag there, but I promise you both of these teams have been warned. And you do not want to see it get to that. Timeout, Merritt Island. All right, 1st and 10 here. For Merritt Island, and any score of any kind will run the clock. And the referee tonight, Jeff Granger, has done a terrific job. Joe Amunzo, Joe Fisher, and I want to give a big shout out to our female official out on the turf tonight. She has done a terrific job as well. It's Emily Howard. So Emily Howard. Play action throws, and yeah, that's going to be 15 yards. And they're going to call that against Pee Wee Fletcher for pass interference. But Emily Howard, Kyle Hill, Vu, Jada Herbert, Ralph King, Chris Brown, all have done a terrific job tonight on the officials' crew. Here we go. We got some score updates coming in here, it looks like. 1st and 10 for Merritt Island. Boy, space is going to be lit tonight, huh, as they say. Alex Hernandez. I'd like to apologize to all you Merritt Island fans out there. I picked the Terriers to win this game in our BSN write-up. So, Cheryl, coaches, all of you, I owe you all an apology. Couldn't have been more wrong in this one. Yeah. 41-7. That is inside the Chrissy Nose first down, or red zone, but a first down as well. 9:23 as Merritt Island will put the finishing touches and the icing on the cake in this one here tonight. And my goodness, this has been this is an ice cream cake performance tonight with the little crunchies inside. Nice hit. Alex Hernandez. Yeah, those Carvel cakes with those crunchies inside, right? You got to let it sit outside and kind of like melt a little bit, before you eat it. I mean, it can literally be too cold. And now I'm talking myself into it. Sometimes Publix closed. Zephyr Hills 28, Rockledge nothing. Armwood 29, Melbourne nothing. MCC 14. Man, MCC better figure those safeties out. OCP 4. 2-2-run home runs for the Warriors, and it's 14-4. Nice run by Hernandez. St. Thomas 42, Heritage 7. Vieira started out like an unbelievable ball of fire, 14-0. That's still your score, 14. But at least it's 14-0 Vieira, right? And we would know because we're broadcasting that game. Real life 42, Merritt Island Christian 20. The end of the season for Merritt Island Christian. The final home game of the year here tonight at the O-Dome. And what a treat it's been for these Mustang fans. Verpale keeps, right, looking, fires, throws, hit the ground. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down, I believe. 3rd down. That's 4th down. You bring on Liam Miller, run the clock. Bring on Liam Miller, run the clock. 4th and 5. Nope, it's 3rd down. There's a flag down, too. Well, they had an ineligible receiver downfield. Diesel will refuse that, so it'll be 4th and 5. So Liam Miller steps on. Liam with field goals tonight from 45, 21, and this one from Oh, he hit the crossbar. And Titusville will take over. I guess we were meant to get out of here at 10 o'clock. A rare miss for Liam Miller, who just hit the top of the crossbar. Or left post, I should say. .735 to go in the game. Probably aimed that one a little too much. You know what I mean? Knowing you hit this one, it's 44-7, the clock runs. Yeah. I see what Lauren McClanahan's doing over there with the music. Why can't we be friends just playing on the background? I hear it. That's pretty clever. All right, 1st and 10 for Billingsley and company. Tank Harvey. Just not Tank's night. I mean, he just can't catch a ball tonight to save his soul. That is his 3rd drop of the night, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. And believe me, we have seen Tank Harvey make some absolutely spectacular plays. In fact, it was Tank Harvey last year that nearly single-handedly beat Merritt Island in this game, right? Because he came out, he didn't start the game at quarterback. John Holmes put him at quarterback in the second half, and Harvey just did whatever he wanted to do against Merritt Island in that second half, forcing the overtime. But tonight, it's a different story, as Tank just cannot hang on to a football. And the first, I really think the drop on 3rd and 15 was a big play in this game. Third and 10, but you learn from this. You grow from this. And Tank is a junior. He'll be a senior next year. He's got to take a game like this. Go back and watch the film. Tank, why did you drop these passes? Let's find out. Billingsley throws. That was nearly the 3rd pick of the night for Merritt Island. Has picked Billingsley twice tonight. They picked him twice in the regular season game. So they got 4 interceptions against Billingsley this year.
Products from Wilson Sporting Goods. For athletes to perform their best, that requires the best. And that's why Wilson has delivered for over 100 years. Learn more at wilson.com. Also, Gatorade has the #1.
And that's quickly 3 and out following the missed field goal by Liam Miller. And they'll punt.
#3 on the return, Keith Hamilton.
All right.
And on the tackles, #52, Van Russell. Attention students, there's about 7 minutes left in the game. If you need a ride home, now's the time.
That's my favorite message of the night when they say that. Attention students, about 7 minutes to go in the game. You need a ride home? Call your parents now. We'll jump on tonight and do a quick recap. Pack up, get out of here as fast as we can, and the Mustangs, their night, that's for sure. Backup quarterback in now. That's a good hit on Hernandez. Your backup quarterback is Jay Kraft, the sophomore. So Kraft getting some time. And Kraft going to take him right back to the line of scrimmage.
Timeout on the field, special water break.
All right, that'll slow us down here. I want to thank all of you for watching here tonight. Let's get rid of this. I'm not sure why Caleb didn't do it, but we're going to do it. Yep. I don't want to see that. Block those NFHS messages that come across. So let's check on, see if we can find the Coco game here. See how my guys are doing there. This is my favorite movie of all time, Slapshot. All right, Kraft in at quarterback. Coco 35-13 right now. In that one, that's fourth quarter. MCC 21-4. That's fourth quarter. And there we go. So, yeah. Jay Kraft looking at 2nd and 9 now. We'll have the O'Galley and Merritt Island game for you next week. So I'll explain why we didn't have that game for you tonight. So our sponsor for that game was the first one to reach out and said they wanted to sponsor O'Galley tonight. Well, the cost of this is, it's high to do it for one game. One game is high. Plus, you know, we're not free. And so to combine the costs together, it's not cheap. And so the sponsor says, well, I am very confident that O'Galley is going to reach the regional semifinals. Could I save that money for next week? Of course you can. And I couldn't find another sponsor to pick up that tab to pay that money for tonight in that short a period of time. But that means we've got the sponsorship for next week. That's a first down pass by Kraft. Yeah, banking on the fact that that game would be Merritt Island and O'Galley, and they're right. So that's good, you know, good for them, and they'll get their money's worth next week because that will be the only high school football game in this county next week. All of our SSAA teams are done for the season, and we will have, looks like Vieira, Merritt Island, and O'Galley. I don't like the fact they got to play each other. I'd love to see them play in a regional final. I think that would be the ideal. Coco, but Coco will likely be traveling next week. They're going to go to a 3 seed. That's it. And MCC. And MCC as well. Nice little, I'll tell you what, Kraft's got a nice little cannon on him, doesn't he? Kraft gets the ball out. Junior Simon on the swing out there, and Merritt Island trying to score one more time, and why not? Hernandez inside. Alex Hernandez has really taken over the role in this backfield in the last 2 games. It's a role. I don't know if Alon Adams is banged up. I'm not sure why that's occurred. But I will say this, that Hernandez, he's not the biggest guy on the field, that is for sure. He does a terrific job. I mean, the way he got hit over here and bounced back up, tough dude, man. He's a tough dude. And good vision. Look at him. So, Merritt Island will sweep the season series. They will win for the 19th time in the past 21 games between these two teams. 3:58 to play. And this will definitely widen the average margin of victory. The average score over the last 20 in this thing has been 29-12 Merritt Island. So that'll open back up a little bit more as the Mustangs, there you see the stat on your screen, and there's some of the scores over the last 10 years or so. But it's a series that Merritt Island has dominated, and they have dominated again here tonight. 41-7. There was only about one moment in this game that made straight up the middle, and inside the 5-yard line goes Keith Hamilton. There was only one moment in this game that gave you any pause to think that maybe we had a ball game, and that's when it was 14-7 following the turnover. But the drop pass on 3rd and 15 was really just the killer. It just really was.
By number 12, Jay Kraft was tackled by number 50, Landon Edens.
So that'll bring up 2nd and goal. 2:31 to play. And doesn't matter now if we get a running clock. It'll be over like that anyway. Again, we're going to pack up, get out of here, and give you a little bit of, not a long post-game show tonight, just a short one. And there's a flag that flies, so that'll negate the touchdown. I think they're going to call a hold here.
Flag on the field.
Yeah. The only rushing touchdown I ever scored in high school, right? I threw a lot of them, but the only rushing touchdown I ever scored in high school got called back. And I can't tell you how mad I was. And I'm screaming and hollering, just upset at the fact that my touchdown got called back. The referee comes over and he grabs me and says, "Hey, number 10, you're the reason I threw the flag." It was a quarterback sneak underneath, and I didn't let the guys get set. And I thought it was a false start on my guard. He said, "No, it was on me. My fault. Throws, what a dart, but incomplete." He says, "No, it's on you, man. You got to let them guys get set." It's silent count. You know, you just kind of bump the center underneath there once you put your hands there, and he snaps the ball, and you just lean in. And well, that's what I did. But when I got up to I saw the hole, and it was big, right, you know, between the on their defensive line. So I got excited, and I rushed it. And when I bumped the center, he snapped the ball, but my guard wasn't set. And backed us up. Finally, the coach said, "That's it. That's your only shot, Slaughter-Zinsky." Took away my lone rushing touchdown. Kraft throws. And that'll bring up 4th down. And here comes Liam Miller again. Kraft, nice drive led by the young man. Good job by him. He'll sit behind Verpail next year as Kevin Verpail, along with fully healed Joseph Allen. Those two will come into next season as your candidates for the best quarterback in Brevard County. 33-yard attempt. Miller tonight, 2 for 3. Missed his last one off the upright. This one is no good. So Liam Miller has missed 2 tonight. We got a lot of flags down, though. Looks like they're all going to go against Titusville. Or, I'm sorry, Merritt Island, because we're not redoing this. Our player of the game tonight is Kevin Verpail. See what the call is. Kick is no good. Personal foul against Titusville. Personal foul. Merritt Island, offset.
Offsetting personal foul penalties. The kick's no good.
And the kick is no good, so Titusville will take over. Well, they replay that? Is that how that works? No, Titusville just gets the ball. 1:56 to go here. And this will wrap it up. Want to thank Chrissy Lindback, and Terriers will end their season at 5-6. Not their best performance of the season, that is for sure. Vieira's on top, 54-14. So that has definitely changed. Vieira playing some football tonight as the Hawks win on a running clock. Billingsley hands off. Uh-oh, this is a touchdown for Kamari Jackson. They're not going to catch him. Jackson at the 30, cuts back. Yep, cuts back again. Touchdown, Kamari Jackson, showing you why. He is one of the best running backs in Brevard County. And with 1:42 to play, do we got a flag? We got the white hat out here. What's he doing? Personal foul. Helmet to helmet against Titusville. That's coming back. No touchdown. Kamari Jackson, because of an idiotic play by one of his teammates. Blindside block, actually. Because of an idiotic play. And I don't mean he's idiotic. It's an idiotic play. Unnecessary, completely unnecessary, is going to wipe the longest touchdown run of the season off the board for Kamari Jackson. Unnecessary. But if you're Merritt Island, and I know you got a lot of your backups in there, don't let that leak over. Just can't do that. And by the way, when the play occurred, I didn't know if he was going to call it or saw it. Kamari Jackson was well past the play when he threw that block. I won't name him.
And on the tackle for your Mustangs is number 61, Jackson Johnson. Going to bring up second down.
2nd and 5. Number 22 on the carry that time. It's Gio Parton. Parton not very big. Look at Gio. Parton about Alex Hernandez's size. Couple of running backs getting it done. Billingsley. Number 63, Gage Gunter down there throwing a pancake. 52 seconds to go. All right, we're going to start to wrap it up here because as soon as the game is over, we'll show you the handshake line, and then we're out so that I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. Merritt Island, again, will be the headline tomorrow with Coco in the 14U game. Tomorrow night, the ACYAA Championship. Lots of storylines in that one. If you know them, you know them. And there's about a 5-second difference. Let's see if they let the play clock drip under the game clock. They do. No need to snap another ball as Titusville's season will come to an end. Helmets to the left, shoulder pads to the right. And Merritt Island will play another day as they will travel next week to face the O'Galley Commodores in the 3A2 regional semifinals. Billingsley throws. Caught. Touchdown on the final play of the season. And that is the Tank Harvey, who hangs on to one, but it's too little, too late. Beautiful throw by Billingsley. Great catch by Harvey. And they'll kick the extra point. They got to kick the extra point. As it is 41-7. What a throw. Nice throw. I guess if you're going to end the season, that's the way you do it.
Your final score, Titusville Terriers 13 and your Merritt Island Mustangs.
Yeah, they're not going to kick the extra point. That's it. The officials walk off. The two teams will shake hands. We'll stay here through that. Cheryl, thank you for your help tonight. Pleasure having you here for the broadcast. Congratulations. And again, my apologies to the Merritt Island faithful. I was wrong. I was dead wrong in this one. Merritt Island absolutely dominated this football game from start to finish tonight. And they play like this next week. We're going to have quite a regional semifinal on our hand next week. No doubt it, as the two teams shake hands. So, once again, I appreciate all of you out there. And, of course, I appreciate Chrissy Lindback, the best realtor in Brevard County. Once again, your final score, the Merritt Island Mustangs 41, the Titusville Terriers.